Okay, so in this video, again, our learning goal is to understand periodic function transformations. This is the second video we've done on this. You should remember from our last video that this is a sine function. Starts at the origin, periodically moving up, down, and then back up again after a period of 2 pi, back up and down again after a period of 2 pi. You should also remember that it can be represented by the general function. That's a general function right here, or the general form. Y equals a sine b bracket x plus c plus d. You should also remember that from the last video, our a value controls the amplitude. If we watch our a value move up, it controls the amplitude. You should also know that our d value controls its vertical shift. It'll move our function up, it'll move our function down. Okay, so what we're more interested in here is our c value and our d value. Okay, let's look at our c value first of all. Now, as we move this c value, just make sure you take a close look at what happens here. I'm going to first move our c value in the positive direction. Okay, grabbing the c value, moving it to the positive direction. Moving in the positive direction. Now you can see something a little bit unexpected happens here. As we increase our c value, the function actually shifts to the left. Okay, so let's use a concrete example here. I'm going to move my c value up to about 1.5. Maybe 1.6. Okay, there's our c value at 1.6. Now what's happened is our starting position, if you like, of our function moved from the origin back to approximately pi on 2, which is, if you put that into your calculator, you end up with somewhere between 1.5 and 1.6, which is what our c value is. So the c value controls our vertical shift. So a positive c value moves our function left. Okay, it moves it towards the negative area, the opposite of what you'd expect. Now, you can probably guess what a negative c value is going to do. First of all, let's move back to our starting position. There we are at our starting position. Now, if I move my c value to the negative direction, you can see our function moving right. Okay, so a negative c value, that's a negative c value of 1.6 using the same kind of example. A negative c value moves our function right. Okay, so there's what our c value does in one of these periodic functions. We might take a break there and we'll move on and we'll take a final look at what our b value does when it comes to these functions.